Hello everyone, I'm Dilly Sims, and today is a fun day. You want to know why? Because it's my favorite time of the week. It's time for unconventional homes. So this week, if you don't know what unconventional homes is, I take a building. 2 weeks ago, it was a warehouse. So every week, I take a building that's not a typical house, more like a public place, and I renovate it into a actual living space with bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen, living room, dining room, all that stuff. And this week is a fun treat. I found this house on the gallery. It's a post office. And right now we're going to do our walkthrough because you guys are on this journey with me. Look, a security camera. Say hi to the security camera. And we're going to see what this building has to offer. So when you walk in, do you guys smell the post office? I feel like I can smell my local post office. My local post office for some reason smells like barbecue chips. What does your guys' post office smell like? My post office does not look like this. So this is the post office. It looks like this is the waiting room. Oh, excuse me, chairs. Interesting wall. Whoever made this is a genius. I just want to see how they made this. This is smart. I really like how they did this with the counters and everything. The fan in the corner to cool people off. Okay. Big wall clock. Times. Okay, I like this. I like what they did. This is really creative. Men and women restrooms. I'm just gonna look and peek into one because they're probably both the same. Oh, hello. You're not supposed to be here. That's my sim that I test every house with. Okay, let's see. Wow, this is genius. It's almost like a conveyor belt, and there's all this stuff here. Like it like security is checking all the packages to make sure it's not like explosives. This is genius. What's over here? Oh, hello. Storage? Looks like storage in like the mailing area. Okay. Step out. What's this room about? Looks like it's the same thing. Very well organized. They have a lot of folders, which means they're probably really organized. Let's go up the stairs into the second story. Okay, over here. Oh, hello. Like, there's no room in these... in this building. There's, like, no room. It's like the door, boom, hits the desk every time. Okay, it looks like the boss here got a lot of awards for keeping America safe. Good job. Let's go over here. What's this room about? Bathroom. Okay. I guess the staff does need to have a bathroom. Oh, look, another desk that you just, like, ram the door straight into the desk. Really nice. Really nice. Ooh, they got flowers from a significant other. That's really sweet. I really want somebody to give me flowers at work. Okay, over here, it looks like they have stuff organized. Okay. Oh, look, some buses. Oop, sticking to myself out the window. Looks like they keep this stuff really well organized, and there's a lot of security cameras to make sure nobody steals or tampers with people's mail. Very, very nice. Keeping America safe. Ooh, there's a basement. I didn't know there was a basement. But there's no stair. Oh, is there stairs to get into the basement? Oh, I didn't know this place existed. But outside, as you guys can see here, there's a little back area to deliver mail, but there's also a secret underground entrance, which I didn't know existed. Let's check this place out. See what's going on. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Let's go through this door that looks like it has a lot of security. Okay, it looks like they're just keeping America safe still. But, like, look, there's no room. The moment this door opens, boom, hits this machine. This probably $1,000 machine. More than $1,000 at least. Public restroom. I mean, not public. Restroom for the staff. Very small and cramped. Very small. There's a nice mirror. Okay. Is this it? I feel like it looked a lot bigger from the sky. What's this all about? What's... Oh! Oh, it's just part of the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt goes on and on and on. And on and on. And there's arrows. This is really cute. This is adorable. The conveyor belt goes on and on. Oh, look, there's an arrow, so it looks like it falls down and gets carried over here. Oh, that's really cute. I can't wait to make this into an actual house, like an actual living house. And that's the entire walkthrough, guys. And I'm going to leave you guys off here, and we will move on to the renovations. Hello, everyone. It's me, Dilly Sims. I know I haven't posted anything in I haven't posted a lot in a week, but this is why I like to do these speed builds and unconventional homes, because even though I do get to build, I get to update you guys on what is going on in my life, and I can well, I don't want to use the term explain myself, but I basically get to explain myself. So, I don't know if I've already talked about this on another Let's Play. I mean, not Let's Play, another speed build, but I recently had someone really, really close to me pass away. It was my cousin Louisa, and she died very, very young. So, it was the same day, I think I talked about this on my, I don't remember which speed build it was, but I think I mentioned losing my keys in one of my speed builds. It was the same day that I lost my key, so it was just the worst day of my life in general. And I wasn't in the mood to build anything. I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from. This woman basically helped raise me, because my mom and dad, they don't really have siblings around, so she kind of helped raise me, and she was a special education teacher when I was in elementary school, so she would help. I mean, not that I needed special help, but when my parents didn't understand math, my cousin Louisa would help me. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear my mom talking to my dog outside. Yeah, she was really special to me, and she passed away. So I wasn't really in the mood to film, or I haven't even played The Sims, really. I've just been doing nothing. I've been working and going to school, and then getting some schoolwork done, but after that I'm just sleep. I haven't really I have not been getting a lot of stuff done, which is really bad, because if I don't get this Sims YouTube stuff done, or stuff for my channel done, no one is going to, so that was my bad on my part. But you know, sometimes you just need time to you need time for yourself. Let me rewind. So this past week, we did have her funeral and everything, and it was really sad, and that's another reason why I didn't want to record anything, because I didn't have anything really going on other than the funeral to talk about, and I didn't cry or anything during the funeral, but, you know, it was still, you know, sad. I got to see my aunt cry, grandma, you know, people I've never seen cry before. I saw people break down in tears, and she was a huge part of our community. I'm gonna talk about the funeral a little bit, because, like I said, I haven't gotten much. There hasn't been a bunch of exciting stuff going on in my life. During the funeral, they brought up a few of the clubs that she was in. Actually, I think it's all the clubs, and there was 3 of them. And, you know, they offered roses and put it on her coffin, and she was I didn't realize how active she was in the community. It makes me feel like I should be more active in my community. But between work and school, I mean, next week alone, I work every day except Memorial Day, which would be, I say next week, but I'm recording this the week before you guys are watching it, so it'd be this week for you. This whole week I am working, so I'm gonna have late uploads this week. I'm gonna try to get as many videos as I can done, but we'll see what I can get to. Because it's gonna be a very, very, very busy week. Because Monday is my only day off, and haha, it just so happens that it's a holiday, so that's the only day I have off. Legally. Yeah. How have you guys been? What's going on with you? What's new? What's the his haps? What's the dealio? I don't know what you young people say anymore. I feel 3 times older than most people. Well, I like a whole bunch of old things too, so that doesn't help my situation. Or like the TV show, it's from the 80s. The 80s soap opera, Dynasty. They're remaking it. I am so excited. Like, you have no idea. I know you guys don't really care, but oh my gosh, I am so excited. Like, me and, like, the elderly are so excited. I can't wait to watch it and then, like, take my pills to fall asleep because, you know, I'm elderly. So excited. I really hope they don't play it too late, though, because, you know, I need my sleep as an elderly person. Ooh, this is something interesting. So, I had to carry the coffin for the funeral, and I know this is the only thing I'm going to talk about for most of this speed build. I'm sorry, everyone. But I had to carry the coffin for the funeral because how do I put this? Before she passed on, she managed to write down like a will type of thing, but it was her funeral plans. So she had most of her funeral already planned before she passed away. She had it like scribbled on a napkin, but she didn't tell anyone because she didn't want to worry anybody. And that's Louisa's character. She was really sweet. And I had to carry the coffin. And we got to the funeral home. We did our, you know, goodbyes. And then I got into... I don't want to use the term limo because a limo makes it seem more, you know, classy and fancier than it actually is. But it identifies as a limo. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a limo, but not. Because you know how if you've ever ridden in a limo before, the seats go around the car, but in this one, it was the same size as a limo, like lengthwise, but the seats were arranged like a minivan or something, you know, like rows of seats. So me and a few of my cousins, Duarte, maybe I shouldn't be I'm gonna say their names, Duarte, George, Paul, Luis, and JJ, we were all riding in the limo, and they were all talking politics, and they're a lot older than me. They're my cousins, but they're like significantly older than I am. Like they have kids and stuff. Do all of them have kids? Yes, all of them have kids and stuff. You know, they're like grown adults with families, and we have nothing in common. And we were driving down the street, so it was the hearse carrying my cousin Louisa, her immediate family, like her mom, her husband, her brothers, and my cousin by marriage, or her sister-in-law, Phyllis, and then us. We were like the third car in a row. And we were driving down the street to the church, and there's this old homeless, well, she's not old. I want to say she's like maybe in her 40s. This homeless woman is walking down the street, and she's flipping us off. And she's like on some, you could tell that she's on some kind of drug. Don't do drugs, kids. It's not worth it. And we're driving down the street, and she's flipping us off. And then my cousin JJ goes, and he presses his middle finger up against the glass window, and she freaks out. She was carrying a basket of clothing, or a basket of some stuff. I would assume it's clothing, but I could be wrong. A basket of her possessions, and she threw it on the ground and started screaming. It was so scary. And, you know, being that she was on some type of crazy drug, I was so afraid that she was going to chase us down the street. Oh, but thank God she didn't. Should I talk about the build? I'll talk about the build. So if you've been paying attention to what I've been doing, because I haven't when I've been talking, or since I started talking, I turned the entire lot around, basically, or at least the building, and I didn't know what to do with it, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't have an idea in mind. I just started, and then I realized with the kitchen, I wanted to make this a very colorful house. Like, the outside looks all boring, to say the least. I think there's like I should look at the pictures. I think there's like a color of yellow on the main house, like the front of the house. Like, there's a wall that's yellow. Yeah, there's like one yellow wall and there's like greenery, but it doesn't look like a home that most people typically live in. And I wanted to capitalize on that, so I made this house colorful and bright, and I made sure that the outside didn't look as crazy as the inside, because when you walk into this kitchen, there's yellows, blues, reds, there's a whole bunch of colors on like the color wheel. And then when you go from room to room, all the rooms, you know, the colors tie in nicely, but it's very colorful. And I didn't want the house to look like that. I wanted the house to look very modern on the outside, but there was that one yellow wall that like gives you a little peek, you know, into like what the house looks like inside. And I think I accomplished it, if I do say so myself. And I was so happy with the way this house turned out. And I got pictures, but you know what I forgot to do, like most times? I forgot to take before and afters, and I forgot to take, what is it called? Floor plans. I forgot to take a picture of the floor plan, which I was really mad about. And I got this idea from watching another YouTube video. Well, it was a YouTube video. Another speed build. Placing the TV like that on those like sticks. Greatest idea ever. Like, if you guys ever want to know how to build nicely, and I don't, this makes me sound like a huge dick, because I don't build nicely, but just steal ideas from other speed build YouTuber simmers. Like, just do it. I mean, do it if you like the aesthetic, okay? Like this table, I got that from I came up with that idea, or I didn't come up with the idea. I took that idea from another simmer. And it looks nice, so just borrow ideas. The Sims community is a huge community of just like borrowing ideas, sharing ideas, and you know, if you see something you like, that's not copyrighted, of course, and that another simmer made, I wouldn't say copy it building, for, you know, wall for wall, but if they have a certain aesthetic that you like, or thing that they made, I feel like it should be okay to borrow it. And that's exactly what I did. And that was a huge long, like, intro, or not intro, that was a huge long story just to say borrow stuff from other simmers. Wow. Dylan, you need to, like, calm down. Breathe, Dylan. Or breathe. Because you have more to talk. Well, I tell myself I should make a list of things to talk to you guys about. Because there are, like, situations and stories and things that come to my mind. And I'm like, oh, I should talk about this during my speed build. And then I tell myself, oh, I'll remember to write it down later. And do I ever remember to write it down later? No. So, yeah, no. Okay. The other day I was going to bed, and I like to check Google right before I go to bed because Google gives you, I don't know about you guys, but my Google, like the app, gives me like stories that I might like Google thinks that I might like. And oh my gosh, all of the fake news. I love fake news. It's so great. It's ridiculous stories that makes me so happy. I was going to bed and I opened up Google just so I could like see what's going on in the world, like see what Google has to offer, like story news-wise. And one of the first things to pop up was like, Melania swats away Donald's hand when they get out of airplane in like Abu Dhabi or something like that. And I was like, I have to watch this. So I was watching it, and Melania never like swatted his hand away. That like they're getting off the airplane in another country, and they both get off the airplane, and a whole bunch of wind is blowing, and a lot of wind like blows hair into Melania's face. And Donald goes to grab Melania's hand, and with the hand that he was gonna like grab her hand with, she pulls her hair away from her face. And I was like, okay, everyone, calm down. She's not swatting his hand away. She's just pulling hair out of her face so she doesn't trip and fall down the stairs. Calm down. I love how like everybody blows stupid shit out of proportion, because it's so funny the way they do it. And I am the problem. I know that this is the reason why we have fake news. I am the problem and I'm fully aware, but I can't help it. It's great because it's such stupid shit too. Oh my god, it's always like, Melania doesn't like to be touched by Donald. Here's like 37 times Melania doesn't smile around Donald. And I'm like, is that really necessary? Ridiculous. Donald Trump gets 2 scoops of ice cream with his family while everyone else gets 1. What? Why is that even news? I am so sorry if you guys can hear that. My parents are like cooking outside or something. Which is strange because it's like 9 o'clock at night, so yeah, I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. The fake news, man. I just love it. I know I'm the problem with America and why we have fake news, but fake news is so great, and I just can't. I love it. I can't handle it. It's just so great. So, I don't quite know what else to say. It's just, I could go on and on about funeral stuff. I could talk about funeral stuff. Yeah, you know what, I'll just talk about a few things that happened during the funeral. So, since day one, since we've been planning the funeral, I was told, since my cousin Louisa was also my godmother from catechism, not catechism, I was gonna say Christianity, but that's not the right word either. Confirmation, because when you're Catholic, you become confirmed in the Catholic Church, and that's like agreeing that you're gonna become an adult member of the Catholic Church. And now as an adult, like an actual grown-up, I realized that I probably shouldn't have agreed to that, to be an adult member of the Catholic Church. But they pressure you to do it at such a young age. And, you know, like, my parents didn't like force me, but they kind of like, they were like, yeah, you're gonna be confirmed, you're gonna be confirmed, you're gonna be confirmed. And they kind of like guided me in that direction. And as like a young youth, you're manipulated very easily into believing things. And like, when I was confirmed, the priest asked us, would you die for your religion? And as a young kid, I was like, yes, I will, but as an adult, I'm like, maybe not. And if I get a lot of flack for this on YouTube, oh no, I'm so sorry that I am an individual with thoughts and feelings on the topic of all religions, because I feel like all religions are, for a lack of better words, cults. All of them are cults. I don't care what anyone says. All religions are cults. If you Google cult. You don't even have to Google cult. If you look up cult in the dictionary, the definition of a cult is a group of people who pray to a higher power or something to that nature. And how does that not sound like... Oh, my battery is running low. Let me plug it in. Where was I? Oh, yes. How does that not sound like a cult or religion? I started like blabbering on too quickly. How does that not sound like religion? Because it is religion. And then if you tell anyone, any religious person that, they're like, Christianity's not a cult. It's so funny to see people like freak out over something that's so real and true. But I feel like I was gonna go somewhere completely different with this, and now I don't know where I'm going. Should I talk about the build some more? Sure, I'll talk about the build. So I spent forever figuring out the layout for the parents' bed, I'm saying the parents, but there's no, like, actual family that lives here yet. Unless you guys add some Sims to live here. But I didn't add, I spent a lot of time on the master bedroom, and then realized I didn't like it. So I forgot to add an ensuite. And everyone knows that every master bedroom needs an ensuite. So I went back and reorganized the room, and then used the side room, which I think originally I was going to use as the ensuite anyways, but I must have forgotten when I built arranged the room. Yep. So, we're back to square one again, rearranging the master bedroom. Did I even start on the kids' rooms yet? I don't think so. No, I'm looking into like the kids' room on the side, and no, I haven't started. But this house turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to be originally. Very proud of myself. I know you guys are all patting me on the back right now going, congrats, Dilly. Because this is such a good house. I actually need to work on the thumbnail for it, because I've never finished the thumbnail. I've never even started the thumbnail, to say the least. So, I'm assuming that whoever... I'm sorry, if you hear my dog, I'm so sorry that this is the moment it decided to bark. Why? Why, God, why? I'm just gonna talk over it and hope that it, like, dies. Like, I hope that it chokes right now while it's barking. Oh, it stopped. Okay, I'm gonna use this opportunity to talk. So, you guys, I know if... My dog, like, made me lose my train of thought the way I was gonna say it. I'm assuming that everyone who watches my videos is some sort of, like, YouTube fan. No. Sorry. Sim fan. And is somewhat familiar with the Sims community. So, The Sims for Parenthood is coming out. How do you guys feel about it? Are you guys excited? I'm, like, it's a hit and miss for me. I'm really excited about all the, like, furniture that's coming with it. Let me say, The Sims 4, the fourth time around, they have got their shit together. They're like, we know what people want. They want more furniture and stuff with their stuff packs, or expansion packs. I get them confused, so if I call them expansion packs when they're stuff packs, please just realize that I get them confused. I'm only human. But they have got their shit together the fourth time around, because with The Sims 3, I feel like I would buy an expansion pack, and there would be, like, one skirt for, like, women, and that's it. And, like, 2 or 3 new objects that were like ridiculous and out of place. Like, what is it called? Movie stuff pack. That pack would have been so nice if some of the furniture could have been like used in like a modern setting, but no, it was like an elaborate fireplace with like snakes as like the sides of the fireplace sticking out their tongues. And for clothing there was like, I forgot what it was for men, but it was for women, it was like a huge dress type of thing that like a peasant would have worn in like the Middle Ages. And for this, ooh, what happened there? Never mind. For the kids' bedrooms, lately I've been listening to a podcast, or a feminist podcast, during my drive to school and stuff and everywhere else. So I've had this idea, since this house is so colorful and I'm assuming some very like modern family lives here, I feel like the boys' room would have some feminine traits, and that's why there's like purple bed sheets. And the girls' room would have some male traits, and that's why they have blue. She has a blue bed, blue carpeting, blue dressers. They're not dressers. Cupboards? No. Closets? I'm gonna say closets. They have wardrobes. She has blue wardrobes. So it's definitely a child's room, and you can see that this is a girl's room, but it also has some male characteristics, like the same thing with the boys' room. Technically, it's very blue, but there's still, you know, hints of pink. There's the colorful giraffe in the corner, the colorful flooring, purple on the bed, and I feel like it kind of ties in a little bit of feminine with a little bit of masculine, and vice versa, a little bit of masculine with a little bit of feminine for the girls' room. And I had so much fun making this. Excuse me, I keep burping. I'm so sorry. I had so much fun building this like area here, because there was no, as you saw, no like cupboards that matched the thingy. Why can't I think of it? There are no cupboards that would match the cupboards, the counters. So I went with these red, because like the red drawers went with the red cupboards perfectly. And then I used the side ones that don't have like drawers or anything, the side counters, and tucked it in there, so it looks so nice. And I of course made sure people understood that it was a kid's bathroom. So I threw clutter in there, made it very cluttered with crap on the counters, a ladybug on the counter. I wanted people to know that, you know, this is definitely a used bathroom. Like, people definitely live here and use this restroom. And they also happen to be kids. That's why each of them have each sink has 2 toothbrushes, and there's a ladybug on the sink. Like, maybe one of the kids has to sleep with the ladybug, so, you know, he or she carries it and sleeps with it, and then comes to the bathroom and leaves it on the counter, so when they brush their teeth, they'll remember it, or something like that. You know, I know, you know. Yep. I'm just ridiculous. I'm sorry, everybody. And now I'm just working on the hallway. The hallway I found to be a little challenging, because I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. Because when you have like a big space like this, you just fill it up with like decor items, and then we're limited, and we're limited with how many items we have. And sure, I don't own all the packs. There's like 2 or 3 that I don't own, and I purposefully don't own them. Like the kid stuff pack, I feel like now that I'm getting into speed builds more, I should invest in it, because everybody needs more stuff. But before that, I was like, I don't really give a shit about my kids. And every time I play The Sims and I have kids, I don't dress them the way they're like the way they are dressed from toddler to adult, or not to adult, toddler to child, whatever child outfit they have on. that's what they stay in. I don't really look at them unless it's to feed them or they're like talking to my sim when my sim is trying to work, you know? And it's not like I'm an abusive parent, like I'm not putting my cigarettes out on my kids or anything. My sims are always really busy trying to like make something out of their lives, you know, work with their career and stuff. This was the best idea ever, sizing that up, because it looks like a small little garden area there that like people are trying to plant. Best idea ever. I was so proud of, like, so happy that I did that. And then I shoved those things on the side so it looks like one big garden. So proud of myself. Sorry, I got really distracted. And the backyard. Usually I hate making backyards, like, so much. I hate backyards with a passion. But I feel like this backyard turned out to be so great. Like a nice little retreat area. Like, I would imagine that this would be a penthouse in the city, actually. If you just, like, make the front doors the elevator. Like, if you turn that little front area into an elevator, this could work as a penthouse. Easily could work as a penthouse. And then this little backyard area, perfect. Or this at least works for a city of some sort. I just love the way it turned out. And I'm coming close. No, I'm not. I am not coming close to the end of the video at all. Well, maybe. You know what? I'm gonna sign off right now. I'm coming somewhat close to the end of the video. I'm sorry, again, I forgot to take the before and after photos. I just took the after photos. And I forgot to take a picture of the layout. But if you've been watching, you kind of know the before, the after, and the layout. Because I didn't really... yeah, I did kind of change a few walls around, but it mainly stayed its original shape. And so, I'm gonna sign off. Like, subscribe, comment, do all those fun YouTube things. And I will catch you all next time. And I'm sorry I haven't been uploading. But thank you, everybody, for... Everybody who watches my videos, thank you for your support. Bye, everybody.